What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be prepping the 240 for the desert. We're going to be going in 2 days. We're going to go out to Grange. There's a drift event there, and hopefully we can get everything ready today and then be good for the drift event. So there isn't a whole lot of things that I want to do, but the big thing is getting this oil cooler mounted to the bash bar, because right now it's just mounted temporarily to the lower core support, and you can see right there it actually hangs lower than the actual bash bar, so that's the first thing that's going to get hit. And we don't want our oil cooler to hit a rock or anything. That'd be all bad. So this won't be happening today, but I did order more of this like honeycomb stuff that I have on my intercooler and radiator. So we have some that we can put in front of our oil cooler because we desperately need that. That is supposed to come Saturday. I don't know if it's going to come in time for the drift event. I hope it does, but I don't know if it will. So first things first, we need to take the oil cooler off, and then we need to see where we can mount it. So eventually there will be a skid plate between these two bars, so we need this piece to go up higher than that. So I'm thinking just tucking it up as high up as I can, and then having brackets coming off the bars going to the top and bottom of each side of the oil cooler. And that should be plenty of support for the oil cooler. So once we take all our measurements to get the bracket lengths for the oil cooler, we're going to be cutting them out of this 1/4 inch thick plate. Now that is very, very overkill, but I'm going to be using this anyways because I have it. It's very thick. So I have 4 of these tabs that I made. I cut them out and then notched them so they can go onto this tubing here. This is 1 3/4 tubing, and I have spots there and down there on both sides. Already got the paint off because we're gonna have to tack these on with it here. So I already have a rough estimate on where these tabs are gonna go, so I took a wire wheel and got the paint off of those areas. So we're gonna have to tack these on and then drill a hole so we can mount the oil cooler. So we have to start with the bottom, because if we start with the top then we can't get a drill in to drill the holes for the oil cooler. So we have to start with the bottom tabs, get those tacked on, and then make sure that everything lines up with the oil cooler, and then we can mark the holes for those. And then we have to drill the holes for that. Once we drill the holes for that, then we can do the top tabs, tack them on, drill the holes for them, and then we can take it off, fully weld the tabs. So I'm going to try to weld as much of the tabs as I can with this bash bar still on the car, and then whatever we have left, we can take the bash bar off and then weld the rest. But we have to start with the bottoms, and then we can work our way to the top. So this is what it looks like. It's slightly off center, but I don't have my lines long enough to move it anymore to the driver's side. So that's where it's gonna stay. So now I'm gonna tack the tabs onto the bash bar, and then we will drill some holes. So right now I'm doing a test fit. I got the bash bar back on, kind of. It's literally just held on by that one bolt there. But I want to get a couple other bolts in, and then I want to see if our oil cooler still fits in there and if everything's gonna work. Unfortunately, I only drilled one hole on each side for the bottom ones, and I can't get my drill in there to drill the other holes. So we're just gonna match on the top. So it's just gonna have 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and that's way better than what I had before, considering I only had the bottom mounting places being used, and it didn't go anywhere. It held at 104 on the dirt road, so I'm pretty sure that this is going to be way more secure. So I tightened everything back up, and now our oil cooler is securely mounted. Like, it is on there. Like, you can't tell, but I moved the entire car while I was doing that. So this thing is super secure now. So that was a big main thing that I wanted to get done before the desert trip. So what I want to do now is check the coolant, check the oil, just make sure everything's good on there, top everything off, and that should be it. What's nice about this car is how reliable it's been so far. We've done 3 desert trips with it. The last desert trip I actually broke my throttle cable. I never made a video on that one, but I have footage from there, so I'll show you that right now. So I've been mobbing around for a little bit, and we finally broke something on the 240. If you can see right there, that's our throttle cable. That's not good. It's literally like it's getting stuck in the cable and keeping the throttle body open at whatever area it gets stuck at. When it happened, it got stuck at 50%, and it was just like that, and it was bouncing off the limiter, so I had to really quick turn the fuel pump off. And thankfully, because this part is the stock throttle cable for the dual cam KA that 240s come with, I called AutoZone last night, and they said it'll be here today by noon, which is in like an hour. So we're going to take this one out, and then we're going to take it with us to make sure that we got the right one, because the single cam KA has a shorter throttle cable, and I've been told that that won't work with the RBs. But we do have like a lot of slack in this cable, so I don't know how much shorter the single cam one is. But I told them the year, which is 1991, and that's the first year they did dual cams, and the single cam was just 89 to 90, so we should be good. So we got our new throttle cable. It's all nice and new, it's not frayed or anything. And this bracket just like kind of pops off. Just take a screwdriver and just pop it off the old one and press it into the new one, and then you are good to go. So we got it fixed. Throttle cable doesn't stick anymore, so now we're all good to go, thankfully. So I just had to top the coolant off, and everything else is good. Oil's good, coolant's good. I will need to flush the coolant pretty soon, but that is all that we're going to be doing in here. There is one more thing that I want to do that will probably be in a separate video, but I need to fix the mounting for my hydro because it has some play in it, so it's not letting me pull the handle back all the way because it flexes on the bracket that it's mounted to. So I need to just reinforce that bracket, and then we should be good. I'll throw that in another video. So that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like if you did, comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.